As 2017 drew to a close, Transworld Sport headed to the Spanish island of Mallorca to catch up with an old friend of this show and one of the sporting world's biggest names. Tennis star Rafael Nadal was hosting his annual golf fundraiser with Jose Maria Olazabal. Despite an ongoing knee injury curtailing Nadal's season at the ATP Finals last November, the 31-year-old had plenty of high points in a very successful 2017. It was a year in which he returned to the world #1 ranking.
Yeah, it has been a very special one. Very happy about all the things that happened during the year. Since the beginning, have been a great year. I have been playing very competitive in all the events that I played. So I feel very happy. Now is the moment to recover a little bit about the knee, that I had some issues at the end of the year. And just working on the recovery and try to be ready for the next one.
Nadal experienced an injury-ravaged 2016 season, but he enjoyed a spectacular return to form last year. He reached his first Grand Slam final in almost 3 years at the Australian Open, where he lost in a 5-set thriller to longtime rival Roger Federer. Tennis fans around the world were delighted to see the two greats back to their best on the big stage. The King of Clay then returned to his favorite surface. Rafa's season on the dirt culminated in an unprecedented 10th French Open title, won without dropping a set. The Spaniard also became the first male to win the same major 10 times. Transworld Sport first crossed paths with Rafa in Mallorca back in April 2003. Then aged just 16, he was in his first year on the professional ATP circuit, and he was dreaming of one day making it to the very top of the sport.
Mi ambición pues sería llegar lo más arriba posible.
My ambition is to go as far as I can in the game. I hope to become a good player. But at the moment, I'm only ranked 112th in the world, and there's still a long way to go. I know I've got to carry on trying to improve, and it's not going to be easy.
Fast forward 15 years, and that teenager has gone on to win 75 ATP titles, and he's made 23 Grand Slam singles finals. Rafa can now look back and reflect on how successfully his career has progressed since we first met him.
It's impossible, and it's impossible to think that in that moment I will be world #1 anytime in my career. But of course, it's difficult to think that at my age I still play in tennis. I'm very competitive. A lot of people say it when I was younger that my career will be short because of my style of play, and here I am now with 31, so having already 13 years in a row finishing in the top 8 of the ranking. So it has been a very long career, and I hope there is still things to come. So happy with all the things. I am enjoying the tennis, and I want to keep doing.
Alongside Nadal throughout his career has been his coach, Uncle Tony. Tony encouraged Rafa to play left-handed despite him holding a pen with his right hand. Together, the pair have remained in their Mallorcan family hometown of Manacor, and Rafa has lived as normal a life as possible, given his fame and success.
At the end of the day, is about yourself. If you, of course, in some moments you need some help from different people, and you need to hear different things. But overall, is about yourself. And if you are enough fair with yourself, you know when you are doing the things well, when you are not doing the things well. And it's not the fault of your coach or your trainer or your physical, it's yourself. So I feel that I always had the right team around me. And when the things are not going well, I always have been very honest and say, okay, the things are not going well, not because of you or you, it's because of myself. And working that way, I think the things are more easy.
As of this year, Tony Nadal will no longer be traveling with his nephew to tournaments. preferring to focus his time on coaching at the Rafael Nadal Tennis Academy in Manacor. Former world number one, Carlos Moya, will become Rafa's lead coach. He has supported Nadal's career since the beginning and joined his coaching team in 2016. Back in 2003, Nadal was cautious to compare himself with someone of Moya's stature.
I'm only 16 and I still have a lot to prove. I may be playing well at the moment and things may be looking good, but the truth is that there are lots of people out there who started their careers well, only to fall away later. So you can't really compare me with someone like Moya right now.
Nadal would surpass Moya's achievements, and despite a long list of injuries, he has gone on to become the youngest player to win the career Grand Slam. Rafa has also won 2 Olympic gold medals, the most recent of which was won in Rio 2 years ago in the doubles with his childhood friend Marc Lopez. Lopez was on hand here to help Nadal the day before his golf event got underway.
Playing with Rafa, who played really well, and also with 2 professionals in Jose Maria and Jesus, was incredible for me. I told Rafa beforehand that my game isn't very good, but it was great fun. They all helped me out with some advice. I guess things went better for me in Rio than here, because tennis is my real occupation. But still, playing with them was really fantastic.
Competing and socializing alongside a close friend like Lopez is true to Nadal's character. Since his teenage years, Rafa has always made sure to surround himself with the people he trusts most.
I think everybody has to do his own way, you know. You need to learn from yourself, you need to learn from people who are around you, and I feel very lucky that during all these years I had good people around me, you know. Good people that really helped me in all ways. Good family that supported me in terms of education, in terms of values, in terms of work spirit. So I really feel very lucky about all the things that happened to me, and I feel very lucky that all the people that have been around me during all these years, that was a huge support, and without them, almost impossible to make that happen.
In the final Grand Slam of 2017, Nadal claimed his 3rd US Open title at Flushing Meadows. That brought his total of major titles to 16, second only to Roger Federer, who has 19. Next week, the Australian Open gets underway in Melbourne. Rafa will be looking to pick up where he left off in the majors and win just his 2nd Aussie Open title. And we wish the man from Mallorca well in his quest.